sleeves rolled up. Ladies and gentlemen of the RPW YouTube channel, today is an RK day, and today's the final Rise show before crowning the first ever Junior Heavyweight Champion right here on Rise. Ladies and gentlemen, next week's main event of Rise will be a 5-man match featuring all of the winners from today in a 5-man matchup. We don't know the match type yet, but it will be for the Rise Championship. The first ever Rise champion, and let me remind you, the first ever Rise champion, any of the Rise champions, if they successfully defend that championship 3 times on Rise, ladies and gentlemen, they can cash in that championship and go for either the United Kingdom or the Intercontinental, depending on what show they are on. It gives a lot of options and availability to the RPW roster. 5 matches here today, 5 jam-packed matches here today. And of course, next week, this means anyone is eligible to be on Rise. Again, it's not just going to be Rise Championship matches. That means more women can show up, tag team matches can happen, multi-man matches can happen, and more. The past few weeks have all been one-on-ones because we've been building up to this Rise Championship match. But, of course, after next week, anything and everything is possible. Ladies and gentlemen, keep your sleeves rolled up, play the intro. This is who we are, and let's dive right in to some Rise action.
I look at what's in front of me, don't focus on the other things. I know that if I'm struggling, that only leads to a tough for me. And I want and need something that could challenge me, build up all my calluses, push through all their callousness. Becoming reckless, I'm ambitious and I'm restless, yeah. Was an apprentice but possessed a different engine, so I asked a lot of questions and I learned a lot of lessons, yeah. Got different weapons and I worked on my direction, yeah. We gon' hike through the flame, we gon' die with a name. We gon' fight through the pain, we gon' rise up and change. We gon' strive to make gains, cause we don't hide from the blame. We take pride when we train, we gon' rise up and change. We gon' hike through the flame, we gon' die with a name. We gon' fight through the pain, we gon' rise up and change. We gon' strive to make gains, we don't hide from the blame. We take pride when we train, we gon' rise up and change.
The bell has been rung on Rise, ladies and gentlemen, as we have Luka Novak and the unbeaten rookie Caleb Richards going one-on-one here today on Rise. The main event today, Fredo versus Draven Wild. I think this match very well could have been the main event. Luka Novak has been on a tear recently on Friday Night Fury. Caleb Richards unbeaten so far on Warzone. 2 rookies meeting up here today. 2, I think, favorites for this Rise Championship match. 2 very fast hitters. Luka Novak looks way bigger than Caleb Richards. You know, Luka Novak compared to a normal RPW superstar, he doesn't look massively tall, massively big. But compared to Caleb Richards, who is obviously shorter than him, Luka Novak looks absolutely jacked, ladies and gentlemen. I think it's going to be a great match between the 2, though. A very fun one between 2 cruiserweight high flyers, as Luka Novak goes over the top rope and to the outside. I don't think Caleb Richards is a cruiserweight. I think he's very close to being a cruiserweight. But a great match between the 2 to kick off Rise. It's going to be a fun show, that is for sure. Caleb back into the ring. Smart to get in first. And let Luka Novak join him. Now Caleb Richards can start the onslaught as soon as Luka Novak enters the ring. Very smart from the rookie. Again, I think he's 4-0 right now. Is Caleb Richards. Has been dominating here on Rise and on Warzone. He's been doing fantastic. Of course, if you missed the announcement, ladies and gentlemen, this Sunday, 2 p.m. on the RPW YouTube channel, premiering live is going to be Christmas Carnage on Christmas Eve, ladies and gentlemen. It's not going to be live streamed on the Regents Pro Wrestling YouTube channel. It's going to be premiered on this channel instead, so you can watch it whenever. Of course, it's going to be premiered, so you should be here at 2 p.m. and watch it live with everyone. But it's going to be a fun show. There's going to be a lot of big matches. Yours truly could even be main eventing for those RPW Tag Team Championships. Who knows, ladies and gentlemen? It's going to be a fun show, and hopefully we'll see you there for Christmas Carnage on Christmas Eve this Sunday. Luka Novak so far been absolutely dominating as Famouser. Could potentially give Caleb Richards his first loss of his Regents Pro Wrestling career. And I think Luka Novak would be very, very happy with doing just that, ladies and gentlemen. Had a great Cruiserweight randomizer run. Is looking for the Intercontinental Championship. Of course, he's #1 contender now for the Intercontinental Championship. Big kick to the midsection by Caleb Richards. Follows up with a super kick across the face. Rolls him over. Hooks the leg. Ron is there. Hopefully no rope break shenanigans that we saw on World Warzone. A kick out too, though. I think it's been good so far, but I do want to say if you do see any audio or graphical issues here today, Brett is downloading stuff in the RPW hub here today. So just a heads up in case you do see or hear anything a bit sus. I think that's why we can't run all the pyro and stuff in the entrances. I just want to let you know, just so no one complains. But hashtag blame Brett as always. Respect, integrity, strength, and effort. What Rise stands for here on Wednesdays. I love the logos scattered around the rings. The gold RPW logo in the corner. The arena for Rise is a spectacle as Caleb Richards hits the Shining Wizard on the former randomizer champion. Hooks the leg, and Caleb Richards could be looking to go 5-0 in Regents Pro Wrestling. Luka Novak not going to let that happen just yet, ladies and gentlemen. He has a bit more fight left in him. Shout out Zeke, by the way. How's that sharpshooter treating you from Monday? Hey? RK with a win. Back in the ring. What a day to be alive it was. Monday, great show. Fantastic show. Referees, let's be honest, they was on point for some. They wasn't on point for others. There was some shenanigans with Ricky Boy, but he's been here for a long time now. Maybe he just had an off day. We'll let him go. And hopefully Ron can do better. Caleb Richards, I think, busted open here. I'm trying to get a look on my monitor. He is indeed busted open from the forehead, it looks like. As Luka Novak driven headfirst into that top turnbuckle. Luka back up to his feet. Lock up in the ring. As Hurricane Ron, a takedown. Luka's been looking good. He's been looking good. He did say it's hard to defeat him now. In the backstage area, nice German suplex. Caleb, a lot of strength that takes. But Luka, very quick to get back up to his feet. Two very quick superstars. I thought this would be, I mean, just based off what we've seen 4-0, I was thinking Caleb Richards was going to come into this, make it 5-0, easy peasy. But I think Luka Novak has been the favorite so far. He's been the better superstar of the two. He's had a fantastic opening performance here in Rise, and it's Shining Wizard v Shining Wizard right now. Luka Novak connecting. Now goes to the outside, and you know what normally comes, ladies and gentlemen. The glass elbow connects. Caleb is down on the logo. Luka hooks the leg, and Luka could be advancing to the finals. No, Caleb kicks out. I don't know how he kicks out, but he does. Richards gets Luka back into the ring. Ron was counting. Count of 6 now. Caleb back into the ring as well on a running knee strike. Right to the midsection. That takes the wind all out of you. Looks the leg to one. Look at the blood on the face of Caleb Richards. This man puts it all on the line for RPW. One of my favorite new rookies is Caleb Richards. We have another unbeaten rookie, Brian Damage, coming up, I think, next against Krish in another big match. But look at the blood. His entire face is red. Ladies and gentlemen, just goes to show what he's putting on the line. As he gets the momentum. Nice duck. Oh, what a super kick. Flush to the face. Sending Luka down onto his back. And it could be enough. No. I thought he tried to steal it there. Kick out at 2. Caleb, though, now with all of the momentum. Oh, my goodness. Shining Wizard. What a finisher from Caleb Richards. Hooks the leg on Luka Novak. Oh, how on earth is he kicked out of 2? Caleb Richards can't believe it. Neither can I. Neither can the sold out RPW universe here in London, ladies and gentlemen. How is he just kicked out? And he reverses the super kick as well. Luka Novak with a sling blade. He could go for another elbow. Oh, Luka Novak is different. Oh, if he hit that there. If he hit that there, he didn't go for it. Irish whip. Rebound arm drag. Richards taking time to get the RPW universe on their feet here in London. Sold out Rise crowd. Luka Novak, I thought he was going to hit that glass elbow and be done with it. Fights back though. Luka, oh my goodness. What a clothesline. I didn't quite know what he was going for there. Oh, and a crossface. Luka Novak Relying on a submission, but it could be smart as Caleb Richards, 4-0 in RPW, now 4-1, ladies and gentlemen. Forced to tap out as Luka Novak advances to the finals of the Rise Championship Tournament, ladies and gentlemen. He came to play, and he has been dominant these past few weeks. My goodness gracious me. Luka Novak is the first to be in the final of the Junior Heavyweight Tournament. Moving on to the second match then, Brian Damage, also unbeaten. Of course, he has his Rise attire. BD against Krish, and oh my god, a running knee to kick things off. He's trying to get those Drew Payne starts, is Brian Damage with a quick knee. Krish can't even touch him right now. Caleb Richards' unbeaten run is stopped, halted at 4-0. Is Brian Damage going to be able to surpass him? I think Brian Damage is at 3-0 right now. Might be wrong. Will he be able to overtake? Is the question. I mean, we can have a look, actually. Brian Damage is currently 3-0, ladies and gentlemen. 3-0, I was correct. So he can tie Caleb Richards' unbeaten run. And, of course, maybe surpass it next week on World Warzone if he has a match, or next week in the final on Rise, if it becomes the first ever Junior Heavyweight Champion. Of course, I love the fact that Rise has their own championship on Wednesdays. I really do. Just a bit more competitiveness, a bit more, you know, something more to fight for the superstars that haven't had a championship in a while. I think it's amazing. Chris to the outside with BD. Brian Damage with this a clear strength advantage in this one. I think strength advantage is an understatement. Brian Damage is built like an absolute fridge, ladies and gentlemen. He is absolutely massive. And he uses that strength to his advantage. That is for sure. Krish back into the ring. Damage looking good. His disadvantage, though, he gets very slowly back into the ring. Krish still not able to get involved, though, in this match. Oh, Irish whip. Off the rope. Rebound? No. Could have been big. Who's quicker? Krish, of course, with a speed advantage. Ducks him on the first chance. Second chance, gets caught with a running knee again. From the depths. Nice reversal after reversal. Big boot to the chest. Takedown from Damage. Krish again, sneaky. Sweeping the leg. Oh, another running big boot. Brian Damage, for a big guy, loves to run. And you can hear the RPW universe as well. They do like Brian Damage. They love, you know, those big, meaty men who just pulverize and dominate their opponents. And that's what Brian Damage is all about, ladies and gentlemen. I would not want to be in the ring with him. That is for sure. 100%. I don't want to have a match against Brian Damage anytime soon. Setting up something here is Damage, but reversed from Krish, who really needs to get back into this match. Nice backbreaker. Been quiet for the start of this one. Has his pinfall, though. Just a 1 count. And oh, a spine bust. I was drinking water, thinking, what is Krish possibly setting up for? A spine buster. Now, that is some strength. Kick to the midsection. And the Krish cross connects on the logo. Upset of the night, potentially, as he hooks the leg. Just a 2 count, though. Brian Damage fights on. Talking to the RPW universe here. The glorious one. Waiting for Damage to get back up to his feet, but that's something you might not want to do. Wait for him to get up, because then he gets up and he uses that strap. Oh, right on the stomach. That has got to be painful. He's deadlifting Krish like a bag of groceries right now. Just picking them up on the floor. Throwing them all over the kitchen. Really having his way with Krish. Nice reversal again. Using that speed. Using the agility. You have to play to your strength in RPW. You know? All superstars. Every single superstar is different. Everyone has different strength and abilities and ways to get ahead in matches. And Krish knows he's not going to win an arm wrestle. He's not going to win with strength right now. You have to use your speed. Damage. Now looking to take over yet again. Throwing Krish. Oh, Krish fighting back though with the elbows to the temple. Smartly fighting back as well, as I think that could have been the end for Krish right there. Brian Damage sends him into that turnbuckle onto the mat as well. Brian Damage now with a big elbow drop, holds on as well for the pin. Just a 1 count though. Krish has some fuel left in the tank. Another spine buster. Rolls up that leg. Ron is there for the pin. Just a 2 count. And can one more big move from Krish be the difference maker? Kick to the midsection. Hooks the head. Crisscross. Love that finisher. Rolls over away from the ropes. Ron is counting 1, 2, and 3. And both rookies from World War Zone lose their unbeaten streak here on Rise. Caleb Richards at 4. Brian Damage at 3. Luka Novak and Krish both advancing to next week's main event. When this music plays, you know who's on their way to the ring. Ladies and gentlemen, from the season oneers, Junior Dutchman with the pyro. I'm a big fan of Junior Dutchman. I told you with the downloading, Brett might be messing up with some of the audio, but I'm a big fan of Junior Dutchman and what he brings to RPW, ladies and gentlemen. Been here since day one as well. An OG of RPW. Goes one-on-one against Fat Dad. Now, Fat Dad beat Damien Havoc last week, which was quite a surprise, as Fat Dad not been on the best of runs, the almighty FD, in RPW, but a big win for him against Havoc. Mondays vs Fridays here, and ironic, Fridays wearing blue, Mondays wearing some red, but I think it's going to be a great match between the two. Got to watch out for that stunner from Fat Dad, of course, and one of these two superstars will be joining Luka Novak and Krish in the main event of Rise next week to potentially be the first ever junior heavyweight champion. Now, Fat Dad knows something about being the first ever champion. He was, in fact, a little fun fact for you here today. Fat Dad was the first ever Regents Randomizer champion at the first ever Regents Randomizer pay-per-view, of course. He was the first ever Randomizer champion. I don't know if he's won it since then again, but he was the first ever champion, which, again, being the first ever of anything is always an honor in RPW. Always a bit of history there. He will always be the first ever Randomizer champion. No one can take that off him. So it's a big thing for him, and again, could potentially be the first ever junior heavyweight as well. Dutchman back into the ring. Fat Dad going to join him as this one gets back underway between the two. That's Russian leg sweep from Dutchman. Dutchman focusing on the arm of Fat Dad. Go for some pin as well. Off that, I think, not going to be enough. Dutchman top rope. Doesn't venture up to the top rope often, Dutchman. So this is an interesting move. Nice little pump handle. Double fist to the head of Fat Dad. Just a one count again. Back-to-back one counts. Not enough damage. You've got to do more if you're Junior Dutchman against someone like Fat Dad, who is quite resilient. Captures Dutchman in a nice little crossface type submission here. Hands around the throat of Dutchman. Able to roll out of that one, though. Kick to the midsection. Right-handers flurrying. Left and right. Big clothesline lariat. Dutchman setting up. Sweeping the legs. Going for... Oh, a sharpshooter maybe? Oh, no. No. Wrenching those arms back. I think he's going to get a foot to the back and face first goes Fat Dad. I think Ron is at a count of... Ron's at a count of 8, ladies and gentlemen. And a count of victory does mean the winner will advance to the final. Dutchman in the ring. Oh, how unfortunate for Fat Dad. What a way to not make it to the final, ladies and gentlemen. Oh, he was half a second away from getting back in. And Junior Dutchman advances. How unfortunate for Fat Dad. Literally half a millisecond he would have been in the ring. And a chance at the final, but Dutchman is the one that advances. Wow. The penultimate match then of Rise this week sees rookie Eli Caudry and Casey Jacobs going one-on-one. This is very much like Krish and Brian Damage. Speed versus strength. Although Eli Caudry, although he looks big and he is really, really big and strong, he's also fast. He's also athletic. He can move with the best of the cruiserweights. So it's going to be an interesting matchup, this one here. But again, the strength on show. Big German suplex. Eli Caudry off to a good start here as he talks to the RPW universe. I love his attire. New Titantron, of course. Goes for a little submission early doors. I'm a big fan of Casey Jacobs too. A lot of good rookies this year. In line for Breakout Star of the Year, Rookie of the Year. It's going to be an interesting award ceremony on the RPW YouTube channel. That is for sure. A lot potential winners for a lot of potential awards this season, which is going to be an interesting one. Both superstars down. Eli Corddry first to his feet. Corddry getting the upper hand on the outside. Could see double countouts here. Back-to-back countouts. No. Gets Casey back into the ring. A lot of German suplexes. A lot of forcing Casey's face first in the apron. A lot of damage dealt on the outside. Jacobs looking to fight back, though, with a flurry of punches, and he just gets hip-tossed around. And again, Eli Corddry. So many dominated rookies. We have Caleb Richards, Duke Brown, Eli Corddry, Brian Damage. And those are just the new crop of rookies. Obviously, people like the Reaper, Draven Wild, Xander Evans. All of them have been here for a long time now as well. Another German, no. Oh, gets him round and slams him down. So many strong talent here in Regents Pro Wrestling. Another German suplex. Casey Jacobs going to suplex sit here, 2 count. And a kick out. Be a massive upset if Casey Jacobs manages to win this match. That is for sure. Based on how it's going, it's not looking likely. Of course, the main event, Fredo versus Draven Wild. Sure to be an absolute cracker of a main event up next, ladies and gentlemen. Casey fighting back. That's what you've got to do. Keep Eli down. Use that speed. And definitely, whatever you do, don't taunt when he's getting back up to his feet. Corddry, nice reversal, big chop. Rolled out the way. The speed on show here today from some of the cruiserweights has been fantastic. Casey Jacobs, to be fair, I think Casey Jacobs, you know, in line for that cruiserweight championship, I think he would be fantastic for that cruiserweight championship. Superstars like Casey Jacobs, like Noir, Baron, Enzo Hall, you know, all these cruiserweights that haven't really won a singles championship yet in RPW. That's why I love the cruiserweight division so much. More opportunity. And the matches that they put on, to be fair, are absolutely fantastic. He finally gets some momentum, maybe. Going for a swinging neck breaker. I think Casey's trying to get top rope. Is what he's trying to do. Does have a finishing move up there, of course. Which is how you win matches, but he just can't get the momentum. He'll hit one move and then get reversed a bunch of times and not really be able to fully get his momentum going. Oh, he's setting up. Eli Corddry is setting up. Nice takedown. Shades of RK with the sharpshooter, middle of the ring. This how I made Zeke tap out on Mondays. Is Casey Jacobs gonna follow suit? I'm not sure. I think he's actually gonna fight on, unlike Zeke did on World Warzone. Casey Jacobs managed just to fight on. Casey needs a big move. Instead gets met with a big clothesline. Hooks the leg after the sharpshooter. 1, 2, 3. The damage was dealt from the sharpshooter. The clothesline added insult to injury. The 3 count was called, and Eli Corddry goes to the front. And let me tell you something. Luka Novak, Chris, Junior Dutchman, Eli Corddry, and either Draven Wild or Fredo. Next week's Rise main event is going to be insane. And it is the main event. Again, apologies for no entrances today. They will be back next week. It's just because Brett is downloading some stuff for RPW in the background. So order the pyro. We're having some technical issues here today with the audio and pyro, but that is okay. The main event. One of these 2 superstars will be joining the other 4 winners in the main event next week to become the first ever junior heavyweight champion. Now, Draven Wild, although one half of the Fallen, or one member of the Fallen, I should say, has held those tag team titles for almost 200 days, ladies and gentlemen. They have been dominant since they debuted as a tag team, Draven and Xander Evans. Never held a singles championship, though, so junior heavyweight championship, a perfect chance for him to win his first championship, defend it a few times, and maybe push for that Intercontinental, which I think he can definitely win in his RPW career. Fredo, on the other hand, again, former Grand Slam champion, but that's so long ago now. Former team captain of Toxic Thursday as well, of course. Way back when, but since moving to World Warzone, even on Friday Night Fury before he got traded, Cruiserweight, Intercontinental, both of them just, he gets so... The thing with Fredo is, he gets so close. 1 inch away from grabbing the title, and then it just slips. It just falls out of his hand. You know, right at the last grasp. both the Intercontinental and Cruiserweight. Of course, on World Warzone, the Cruiserweight Championship match, there was some unhappiness with how the match ended. Rightfully so. His hand was definitely grabbing that bottom rope, but we're not going to dive into that too much. I think for him, the junior heavyweight, sorry, is, again, a perfect way to, much like the randomizer, just remember what it feels like to hold a championship. Remember what it feels like to defend a championship and use that to propel yourself on World Warzone. So a big opportunity for both of these superstars and the other 4 that have already advanced. Fredo first cover. Ron is running for just a 1 count. Pretty boy Fredo looking good to start this one off against one member of the World Tag Team Champions. Of course, Maurice Axel got beaten, sorry, by Draven Wild last week. And after the match, actually joined the Fallen. Maurice Axel now teaming up with the Reaper on Mondays, which I think is actually a great tag team on World Warzone. Another tag team on World Warzone. Both, obviously, members of the Fallen. The other 3 members on Friday Night Fury. Another 5-man stable. A lot of stables these days. A lot of factions. A lot of big teams. Hey, it's good to have backup. It's good to have teammates. Never a bad thing. Draven looking to get Fredo back into the ring. I love the black mat, the gold text, the gold ropes. You have the Phoenix in the background, similar to Friday Night Fury colors. You have the red and orange in the in the aprons and the barricades, but the ropes being yellow, the gold in the corners and the logo. It just all blends together. It's quite similar to Friday Night Fury in a way, but I don't think that's a bad thing at all. I think the black and gold works so well, and I can't wait to see how not only this stage but all of the stages progress in Season 3. But I think the Rise is definitely one of my favorite arenas. I think it looks absolutely fantastic. The smaller venues as well just mean the sound is amplified that much more. Look at the strength from Draven. Back into the ring is Fredo. Not letting Draven back in. I think the referee reset his count. It wasn't like the count of 8, but he reset the count. Draven re-enters the ring. Irish whip from Fredo. Rebound. Missed the elbow, though. Missed the rebound. Could be a costly miss as well. As Fredo's hung up on that top rope. Draven Wild. Again, the Fallen are very much loved in RPW by the fans. Amazing tag team on Fridays. Big slam down. One leg is hooked on Fredo. But a kick out there from the World Warzone man. Brand v Brand warfare here today as well. You're not worthy chants. Echoing through this arena from the RPW universe. Fredo with the chop. Oh my god, and the right-hander. The right-hander connecting. All it takes is one FaceTime. Perfect timing. FaceTime connects. Smart to hook that hand. He knows what it means to lose via a rope break. He doesn't want anything to do with rope break. He hooked. He cupped that hand away from the ropes. Smart by Fredo, but a good kick out by Draven Wild. Didn't matter in the end. FaceTime did connect, though. Wild reversed. Big reversal. Snapmare takedown. Pretty boy with a neck breaker. Another reversal, though. Fredo getting a knee to the face and goes down. I thought he was going to stay up there. Oh, he's busted open. I saw as he rolled over. Yep, he's busted open. In the main event, blood is being shed. Big power bomb at DW. Now focusing on the leg of Fredo. Love the attire of Draven Wild. Again, what a superstar he's been since joining Regents Pro Wrestling. He's been absolutely unstoppable in the tag team division. He's solid as a single superstar as well, but Fredo slippery, slithering out of that move. Right-hander connecting with the unprettier as well. Over the back. Will he pin or go for more? He's going for more. The blood on the face of Fredo. Kick to the midsection. Reverse the FaceTime. Reverse the FaceTime. And Draven Wild instead drives Fredo back first in the corner. The leg is hooked. Nowhere near the ropes. 1, 2, and 3. And it just goes to show one reversal can be so pivotal in RPW. As soon as that momentum switches and changes, that is what can happen, ladies and gentlemen. Draven Wild continues his dominance in RPW. Has a fantastic record, by the way. And will be the main event next week on Rise with the other 4 winners from today, as that concludes the show here today, ladies and gentlemen. Congrats to the 5 winners. We'll see them in the main event next week, and I'll see you this Friday on the Regents Kid YouTube channel. Link in the description down below for Friday Night Fury. Much as always, take care, keep your sleeves rolled up, and this is who we are.